Welcome to Private Banking Strategies Podcast with Vance Lowe and Seth Hicks, your secret weapon to protect your assets and never have to start over financially again. Vance and Seth help high net worth individuals, families, business owners, and investors structure an asset-protected, tax-free fortress for their families. Learn how to keep what you earn and use the velocity of money to create your own private banking system. Join us on this journey as we explore the secret strategies of the rich and political elite and help you take total control of your financial security. Now, on to the show.
Hello and welcome to Private Banking Strategies Podcast with Vance Lowe and Seth Hicks. Vance, how are you?
I'm doing good, and I'm anxious to talk about compounding wealth.
Absolutely. We've been talking in the last episode about the appropriate use of a well-structured life insurance contract to eliminate a lot of taxation drag that erodes family wealth year after year and decade after decade. And so when we implement the private banking strategies system through properly structured life insurance contracts, we can actually enter into a tax-efficient system where your compounding remains uninterrupted for decade after decade, even into the 100-year plan that we've been talking about. What is the value and power of uninterrupted compounding interest?
Let's go back in history a little bit. Our nation started from absolutely nothing, virtually, and grew to the most powerful nation in the first 100 years. We didn't have banks. We had a strategy, we had a system that was employed in America that was very powerful, very strong. And then in the early 1900s, we fought a war and lost it. A lot of Americans don't believe that. And I may be saying this dramatically, but if anybody wants to know how we lost that war, you should go read the book, The Creature of Jekyll Island, and it'll tell you how the Federal Reserve was born and who owns the Federal Reserve, and it'll scare you to death because they control our country. And they introduced taxes, Social Security, and controlled education to eradicate the most powerful strategy known to man to make everybody virtually independent. So that's what's happened in America is that strategy is not taught in our public school system. It's not even taught in the private school system now, but it has been brought back. We teach that. We help clients put that strategy back in their lives. They become independent. They become more private. They set up their own private banking strategy, which introduces private economy, which introduces families run economic system run like business, profitable so that they do it correctly. Most of us have false budgets. We think we're doing things correctly when it's 180 degrees opposite. So knowing all this now and introducing this strategy will help compound wealth so fast and so easy. It points back to this strategy that has been time tested over and over again.
The wealthy have focused on controlling compound interest systems, just like you were describing. When you've got compounding growth working for you, you've got the power moving for you. There's momentum, there's lift. But when you're constantly having to, for example, in a retirement account, having to pay the management fees or on a wealth management account, or you're taxed on distributions, taxed on gains, you're penalized if you withdraw too early or too late. Those things all over time have a ripple effect. If you take out the seed and you take out the ability to sow that into your compounding system, you're eliminating compounding.
Exactly. It also goes into the value. How do we value our assets? They think they value money when they don't. They think they have assets working for them and they don't. They think this and it's not that way. They think all these things about money that's totally opposite, totally incorrect. So it's absolutely critical If we want to compound assets at the least amount of risk, we have to control that asset. End of discussion. You can't send your money off to some institution and think you're going to get your money working for you. Number one, they have it. It's going to work for them, not you. They're going to make those choices. They're going to make those decisions. They're going to pay their overhead. They're going to pay their salaries, everything else with your money. Hopefully, there's some left. But whatever's left, it's just human instinct that they're going to pay you as little as they can possibly get away with. If it's contractual, okay, they'll live up to that contractual agreement. None of them really have that, though. It's risk factor. Oh, we made a mistake here. Sorry, we don't have any money for you. How many times has that happened in your lives? The stock market crashes because of what government said. They said that on purpose to crash the market, and vice versa. It's all about control. But anybody else controlling your money, you're not going to see the doubling that you need to be seeing. When institutions have money and they go into business and they produce, they'll double assets on the average every 2.5 to 5 years. We can do the same thing. We can be just like a bank. A bank doubles their assets easily every 2.5 years. And they do it with someone else's money. They do it with our deposits. They don't have any of their own money at risk. So knowing this, we've got to control our money. So we've got to bring it back in. We've got to control it, and we have to put money at work. That's the secret, folks. I'm giving you a $50,000 secret right now. How much money do you have working for you, and what is the volume of return on that money? This is how we talk about and how we're going to teach people to double assets as quick as possible. And how about if we do it in an environment that's not going to cause a taxable event?
Did that story feel like it was about you? Do you feel like you are generating a lot of revenue but are not moving forward as fast as you would like? Do you feel you should be making more progress toward your financial goals? Do you feel stuck? Let us help you get unstuck. Are you ready to take action and get your own private bank? Please visit us at www.privatebankingstrategies.com.
That's how the wealthy mindset operates. It captures that compounding. It puts the money to work in systems for the family, and it avoids taxes legally at every opportunity. And so the life insurance contract structured properly allows you to have that uninterrupted compounding interest year after year after year. The eighth wonder of the world is compounding interest. And the idea obviously is that small additions and accumulation, like the squirrel making a pile of nuts, the compounding over long periods becomes enormous. It becomes an oak tree.
What we actually talking about, there's compound interest, but then there's what's called exponential compounding, where compound compounds. What if we could do that? And the only risk is the guy looking back at you in the mirror. No outside economy risk, nothing like that. So it's so frustrating and made me so angry as a money manager. And I thought I knew what money was, and I knew how to control it, and I knew how to help people retire financially independent, to find out that I was totally wrong, first of all, and I didn't have to take on that type of risk. I could control my own assets. I didn't need, a financial planner or an expert, because you can, grow money so much faster without having to do those types of things. Made me very angry when I've thought, hey, I'm doing the very best thing possible for my clients out there. They trusted me. They trust that I would always go out and do the best thing. And I didn't know about this. Folks, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There's a promise out there that you can take control, that you can make a huge impact no matter what age you are. If we can eliminate taxes and we have the fair opportunity for education and know how money works and put it to work in our own lives.
People might think, is it that simple? Yeah, it really is that simple as implementing a strategy. And they say, okay, well, what is my roadmap? What is my outline? Vance, how do you help people prepare a roadmap for them and their family, their particular wealth structure?
Well, let's give away the secret right now. The strategy is so simple, folks, and I think everyone out there listening today will agree. Our banks, the banks that the banks always get the money back, don't they? Now, even failed loans, because sometimes I'll get somebody trying to trick the system or something. They'll say, what about failed loans? No, because of collateral, the banks always get the money back. It's that simple. We don't have that strategy in our lives. Therefore, we use a dollar once and it's gone forever. We don't even know we're slaves to the system because we give our money away. We have to go back to work, pay taxes again, make everybody else money along the way, just to spend that dollar again and do it over and over again. What if we don't? What if at the end of the day, after we used it, we get the dollar back? To show people the difference, we set up and we'll show you an analysis, an 8-year analysis. We actually offer that. I call it a test drive. What if we put your numbers in and offer you to take a look at this, set you up to the point so that your head is in the ball game and the questions you're going to be asking will be pertinent to that and not bounce it all over the place. But we'll show you step by step and you'll be able to see the difference compared to what you're doing over 8 years versus the only thing we're going to switch is getting money back and using it over again. We call it the tailwind, this volume of return. Instead of trying to get interest rates, we correct how money is made and where the focuses are. But step by step over that 8-year period of time, you'll be amazed. I'll be asking you, with all this debt that you have, how long do you think it's going to take you to get out of debt? And I want you to be honest with me. Everybody will make a statement. And then I'll show them how fast without changing anything, their lifestyle. They don't have to be more complicated. They don't have to work harder. It's just getting the money back and then using it again and getting more credit against that loan and then getting that money back and how that multiplies. So yeah,
Folks,
that's how we're going to do it.
Folks, if that sounds good to you, go to our website, privatebankingstrategies.com, put your name and email in there. You'll get a weekly email that announces our most recent content and podcast. Also on our website, there's an abundance of resources you can educate yourself with, from blog articles and over 150 prior podcasts. But most importantly, you're going to have an option and access to Vance's calendar to schedule an exploratory call and see how this particular strategy will work in your life and with your numbers, your finances. And you can take it on a test run. And that excites us to help people one by one establish and take back the banking equation in their life and create lasting legacies for their children and grandchildren. Vance, any closing thoughts?
No, just, do yourself a favor, invest a little bit of time and check this out. That test drive will tell you whether you want in or out. I promise.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us today, folks, and look forward to seeing you on our next podcast.
Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Did that story feel like it was about you? Do you feel you should be making more progress toward your financial goals? Do you feel stuck? Let us help you get unstuck. Are you ready to take action and get your own private bank? Please visit us at www.privatebankingstrategies.com.
Thank you for listening to the Private Banking Strategies podcast. Click the subscribe button below to be notified when new episodes become available.